As many of you know who've been watching the channel over the last few months, I am extremely bullish on BYD and on the BYD Dolphin. And what just happened in October is boosting my bullishness. I don't think I could be any more bullish right now about BYD and the BYD Dolphin. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia, on a pretty warm Saturday evening here. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Hope you're ready for some very interesting BYD news and my prediction on what BYD is going to do over the next 12 months. I think you'll be surprised. But then again, I made some pretty outlandish predictions this year, and I was actually seen as potentially, in the end, being conservative. If you look at what's happening in the global EV arms race, realistically, it's happening faster than we all thought it would. Now, BYD sales figures that were released on Wednesday proved its position as a leader in the world's new energy vehicle industry and led analysts to issue very optimistic views of it, in spite of it's got an astronomical PE right now. Price to earnings is, I think, 230, which previously people think this is insanity, right? Truthfully, it's actually massively undervalued. That's my view, by the way. I'm not an investment bank, so you won't lose billions of dollars if you do what I say. Oh, did I just say that? No. But seriously, I have to say my portfolio is doing pretty damn well this year. Hopefully yours is too, if you've followed some of the things that I've suggested. Now, BYD, they just sold 81,000 new energy vehicles in October, which is up 250% from 1 year ago, up 14% from September. And also, they've increased the number of electric vehicles they've sold by 10,000 every month for 6 months in a row. More importantly than all of this, they've basically transformed from being a 60% fossil fuel powered car industry to being only 9%. Only 9% of their vehicle sales in October were petrol powered. 9%. Incredible. So they sold 80,000 new energy vehicle passenger cars and 1,037 commercial vehicles. Those commercial vehicles, buses, trucks, garbage trucks, vehicles used at airports, all kinds of different electric vehicles. So what does this mean? Well, it means that gas-powered, petrol-powered, diesel-powered, whatever you want to call it, powered vehicles are being phased out at BYD. I believe they'll be completely phased out within a few months. As you can see, the trend is, I'm probably being a little bit too underselling. I'm probably being a little bit too conservative when I say phased out in a few months. They could potentially be phased out within 2 months, potentially, if BYD wanted to do it. Now, for me, the key success here to BYD's performance, its global performance, is the BYD Dolphin. This vehicle, in my view, is the vehicle that is extremely important for the electric car revolution. BYD's Dolphin model has performed beyond expectations since its launch in late September, with nearly 10,000 cars delivered in October. So BYD delivered more of the Dolphin in October, a brand new car, than NIO by a factor of 3. It delivered as many Dolphins in October as Xpeng delivered cars in the entire month. And it's a brand new model. Personally, I believe that NIO will improve on those sales. So let's not focus on that. But I believe that BYD will sell well over 100,000 Dolphins in the same month. Yes, the same month, October next year. That's my prediction. Over 100,000 BYD Dolphins will be sold in October next year. Why do I say that? I believe BYD has the capacity to continue ramping up their battery lines, and I believe they're aggressively doing so right now. Of course, they have supply contracts for Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and BYD are pushing into other markets, including India. And by the way, there's also some other countries in Europe they're going after, Norway. And as I reported recently, they're listed for jobs to sell cars in the United States. And when that's going to happen, I don't know. But if they're hiring people, they must be serious about doing it within the short term. So within, say, at least no more than 24 months. So what are analysts saying about BYD's vehicle sales in 2022? They're predicting 1.5 million units to be sold in 2022. And of those, 1.3 million will be new energy vehicles. Of that number of around 1.5 million cars, people are predicting that around 50% of those will be purely electric vehicles. That would mean BYD would sell over 700,000 electric cars in 2022 alone, potentially making them the second largest electric car manufacturer on the planet. Now, incredibly, BYD didn't actually lead in terms of sales figures in China for electric cars sold in the country. That gold medal went to the Wuling Hongwan Mini with their single model, or really single car. Now it comes in 3 models, but it's just a single model of car, really, selling 43,000 cars in the month of October alone. Now, 17% of all cars sold in China in the month of September were electric vehicles. Now, I don't know the number yet for October, but it's going to be very interesting to see. Electric cars have taken off in a way nobody predicted in the year 2021 in China. So let's get back to BYD. In addition to what I've mentioned, BYD registered battery business subsidiaries in several Chinese cities in the third quarter this year, meaning its power battery, its blade battery capacity, is expected to accelerate its expansion, and its future external supply of blade batteries is expected to exceed expectations. That's what BYD said. It said that we have the capacity next year to build more blade batteries than we initially thought we would. Now remember, within the last few days, BYD has gone and raised capital of around about just under $2 billion in order to build more factories. They bought 4 new plots of land to build more factories on. And as you know, in China, you buy a plot of land and the factory goes up within a few months. It's incredible the pace of approvals and speed of getting things happening in the country. It's one of the key reasons, to be honest, that China just belts Australia and Europe and America in terms of manufacturing, because they don't have all the red tape that we do. So Essence Securities maintains a buy A rating on BYD and has a 6-month price target of $360 for its Shenzhen traded shares. That price target implies an 11% upside. Okay, what's my price target for 6 months for BYD? I believe the stock will increase by 50% approximately in 6 months' time. At least 50%. I would say that that's a baseline figure. Now, if BYD actually went and listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so you could buy it, not an over-the-counter stock, you'd actually literally buy it on any app, I believe the stock probably triple within a very short period of time. So that is kind of the gamble here with BYD for investors. It could potentially skyrocket, or it could increase 50%. So what else are other people saying about BYD? Well, East Money Information believes BYD is likely to meet its full year target of selling 600,000 new energy vehicles, on top of which it can make full year sales of 1.5 million vehicles, with a 4% compound monthly growth rate in new energy vehicle sales in 2022. So they're saying BYD will sell 600 new energy vehicles this year. Incredible. And 1.5 million vehicles next year. Now, if you don't already know, BYD has a pretty spectacular model plan and will offer more models in the Ocean series, plus the Platform 3.0 based Yen Plus model will be released very soon. So BYD is sitting on this interesting precipice right now. They've got a bunch, their sales have gone crazy, right? This year, their sales are way, way higher than last year. In particular, their electric and plug-in hybrid car sales, those have gone absolutely crazy. But the interesting thing is, they're sitting in this position where they've got all these new models of cars coming out. The Dolphin just came out at the end of September. There's a huge amount of demand for that vehicle, obviously. But the Yen Plus, the Yen Pro, the new model of the Han, the new model of the Tang, with updated platforms are coming out within the next few months. BYD is making a pickup truck, an electric pickup truck. Apparently, they're also making a sports car. Then you've got the E6. They have all these different models that are on the horizon or have just been released. I think BYD will probably deliver about 1.6 to 1.7 million vehicles next year, of which 95% will be new energy vehicles. And one of the key advantages that BYD's cars have is the blade battery. It is definitely an advantage in a number of ways: cost, safety, packaging. I could go on, as I already have. Rather than go on, check out my video about BYD's advantage that they get from the BYD blade battery. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Make sure you check it out if you have not already. Thank you for watching the channel. Thanks for subscribing, and liking the videos. Now, what I want to know is, what is your prediction for BYD? How many cars do you think they will sell next year? And do you think that how long do you think it will take for BYD to sell only electric or new energy vehicles? How long? Do you think it'll be 2 months or longer? Remember, 91% of their car sales in October were new energy vehicles. Thanks for watching the channel. See you again on the next one. Bye-bye.